Hello and welcome to this beautiful interview with the beautiful lady Andaleeb Qureshi, the co-founder of Human Library. She is also involved in a lot of activities which help women, and we will hear more about her right from her. Thank you very much for being a part of this interview. It's my honor to interview you.
Thank you so much, Kashish. I think giving me an opportunity to talk about what my beliefs are and the kind of work that I do is kind of, a reward in itself. So thank you so much.
That's quite a humble nature, isn't it? So let's begin. Andaleeb, speaking about Human Library, what is the first thing that compelled you to come up with such a concept? Human Library, as we all know, is a place where actual humans come together and we listen to them like an audio book, a visual book, and they share their beautiful life stories with us. So what really compelled you?
I'll tell you, Kashish, the thing is, there is a big backstory about my reasoning for coming up with Human Library. But in a nutshell, I was very unsure of where our society is headed, with what was happening in the society at large, and how we never wanted to understand the other person. The society has become so vigilant in terms of accusation or assaulting somebody with words, or I felt that something had to be done. So it was my bit of this unconditional commitment to making this society move away from what we were experiencing from the last couple of years, to maybe making it a better place for everyone to live in. So that's how I actually started. The concept of Human Library actually came to me when I just returned from this really amazing travel, and I sense that I'm connected so well with so many other people that I've never met in my life. I actually spoke with some cab driver, for example. I spoke with some gentleman who he ran from his home and made his life somewhere else. And after talking with each one, I sensed that I've experienced something similar too. Maybe not in entirety, but there is always this common thread. And that's when I realized, that they are flourishing because they are in a place where they are being accepted. So the thing is that a human, to actually flourish and to grow, the basic requirement is acceptance.
Beautiful.
And nobody else can do it other than we ourselves. So I came back home and I was trying to find out something interesting to do, because I was pursuing and I was changing my life focus in terms of understanding what other work I could add to my profile. And NGO was something I wanted to really start, Kashish, but I felt that I need to do something bigger, to go beyond just sitting online and sharing some words. I wanted to do something bigger, to just go out there and make an impact. And I came across this concept of living stories. I kind of Googled it and I found there's something called as Human Library, started in Denmark. I reached out to the founder, Ronnie, and got into a conversation with him. And he was really supportive, and he felt that I can probably take it up in Bombay. And it just started, and there was no stopping and no looking back. So I've been doing this since 2017. Yeah.
2017, and compassion or kindness is her middle name. She has helped so many people worldwide. No, rather in Mumbai specifically.
In Mumbai specifically,
I hope and pray it grows leaps and bounds.
Thank you.
This beautiful movement should spread to the world. Because imagine this. A person is undergoing a certain trauma in their lives, and they come and listen to these people and they start to believe, it's not really bad. They get that beautiful ray of hope in their lives, that beautiful hook to hang on to, all thanks to Human Library. So what's ahead from here?
Well, what we're actually looking at is to have more people, understand what it actually means to connect with somebody else. I think our work has really not stopped. To make an impact in a city of millions, I think 2 years is definitely a short time. But we are persevering in our entire objective of making sure the concept of Human Library reaches out to all the nooks and corners of the city. So along with my team, so I have a good team who are very committed and dedicated. So we do these events regularly, and if not every month, but every 30-40 days, and everybody is volunteering in it. So I think what really message needs to be sent out through Human Library is that if your intentions are genuine, if you really want to progress, if you want to grow in life, just help the other person. Just maybe hold the person's hand, take them to the next step and see how it happens, because nobody is really born bad. Nobody is, born hating somebody else. We are taught. Like you just said, if it's compassion and kindness, at our core, we are all beings made out of love. And we are here to love, and we are love, So I think that is what needs to be understood by people in general. So I'm hoping that happens very soon and it reaches out to almost everyone in the city.
That's fabulous. So what are you really looking at when you say that more people hopefully should join in? Is there something that perhaps even our viewers, if they want to contribute in efforts to the cause, to the movement, they could perhaps come and join such a beautiful cause?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel, Kashish, each one of us have somewhere in our lives been exposed to any kind of a bias or a judgment.
Agreed.
We all have felt a time when we have suppressed our voice, or we've made to suppress what we actually feel about ourselves. So I would want and rather urge people to come out and share their stories. Do not allow somebody's judgment to take over your identity. And I know that each one of us can actually go and influence another 10 people. So I feel everyone should look at Human Library as a platform for voicing their own story, whether you call it struggle. I actually call it a very, it's actually an inspiring story. For me, it's not a struggle anymore, because I know what it actually takes for a person to come there and, talk, and it's actually strength. So,
Are you hearing the power words impact, influence, strength? Wow, this is what Human Library is made of. It is said you can professionally progress to the extent of your own personal development. And this lady here is a living example of the same. So tell me something. What does it take within to make a cause work outside?
Feel to make any cause work, it's important that you work with the intent of making the impact and don't stop. There will be a number of challenges that come up, and to be honest, everything is unanticipated. You can never know what gets thrown and which curveball you're going to get hit by. I think the idea is to make sure that the intention is understood by everybody. And you only work with those people, who have the same alignment as you. So for me, if I want to make this a lifetime impact or have long-term effect in the society in general, I will only want people coming in to volunteer as human books, or my team, who know that they are here to break the society thinking, who are coming to, because I'm literally trying to shake the foundations of the society here. And these are really ingrained kind of thinking that I'm trying to shake. So unless and until you're not
thinking, are you referring to that?
Absolutely, whether it's orthodox or whether it's close-mindedness or it's narrow-mindedness or it's just ignorance, or if it's just ignorance, I feel that if I'm trying to shake that, I need somebody who has made up their mind to do the same thing for the society. So that's one. And I think the biggest thing that you need to do if you want to really make an impact out there is stop expecting that it's going to happen. Because I know what it actually takes. It's been 2 years. We've had over 24 events, Kashish, and I still feel that we have a long way. The journey is still long, and the thing is, you don't have to stop. So don't think you've achieved your goal, and I'm saying that after 2 years of work as well. I feel that I can probably make this my lifetime mission as well, to, make sure that people stop hating each other unnecessarily. So, yeah.
So, do you think acceptance would be the first key in making this happen?
Yes, I feel acceptance is still a very big word for humans today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I think the first thing that they need to do is take a step to, sit in front of somebody and just talk to the person. So once that happens, I feel that we don't even talk anymore with each other. We are glued onto our screens day and night, and I feel the first thing that you really need to do is connect with somebody who you don't know at all. So that's the first step.
How do you connect with someone who you don't know?
I think the idea is to look at somebody and just drop in and say a quick hi, hello, good morning. That's about it. We don't need to go beyond that. The moment we start doing that, I feel we are allowing more people to come into our circle of trust.
Wow.
We are not in that habit anymore, when we wake up and we don't even say good morning to our own friends and family. I mean, even if we do now on WhatsApp,
Yes.
You're upset. You're like, why am I getting 10 messages of good morning? The thing is, because we are distancing ourselves from people, So the first step is actually probably to just try connecting with somebody till a point where you start seeing the other person as a fellow human. Not somebody who's intruding your space. Like I was speaking some other day that technology is available and we have technology at just a snap of our fingers. We know a lot can be done. I can make the biggest community on Facebook or wherever. But the thing here is, it's not technology that's going to save us. It is actually human connection and human understanding that's going to save us overall. I'm pretty sure that there are many people who will say that, oh, I try to talk, but somebody is busy, somebody is here. But the thing is, it's our own intent, again coming back to the thing, that you want to do it and you do it. So yeah.
So speaking about Human Library, has there been any case in particular which has really stayed with you? Any case which you would like to speak about in brief?
Luckily, I think I'll say that there's just not one.
I'm sure.
So,
There are so many.
I think we have about 98 or 99 human books,
Wow.
not less than that right now, and each one is remarkable, inspiring, and they've touched me with my heart and mind in ways that I can't even probably comprehend right now and tell you. But for example, I'll tell you there have been people who have shared their life with me or Human Library for the very first time in their life. So, for example, there was a trans man who spoke about the entire story of what actually happened and how his entire life changed, and that was one. Another trans woman, actually, Kashish, is that I met her. I've never in my life spoken with a trans person before Human Library. I invited her for a cup of coffee. Started to get to know her a bit. I thought my conversation would last for an hour. It went on for like 5 to 6 hours.
Seriously?
We were the
5 to
last.
6
Yes.
hours. Wow. That's a proper good human connection.
Yes, and that's what it actually takes. And the thing is, after those 5-6 hours, I realized that this person, this woman in front of me, is probably very different in terms of appearance or of how we will address her. But I shared that bond with her. Maybe what she has gone through, I have probably gone through the same thing, maybe 1% or 2%. And that's what I actually felt, that when the conversation ended and I'm like, she's like, oh, I feel like I'm talking to a sister, and I'm like, same here. So this is one, but there are a lot of different stories I feel that have actually made that impact on me, and they made the similar impact on our readers too. So I do get an opportunity to talk to my readers and take their feedback once they have gone through a reading with a human book. And each one, I've seen people cry. I've seen people just walk out with smiles. I've seen people just waiting to give a hug. I feel all of those things, if I put together, I feel that I know I'm doing a good job. Not just me. I think everyone who's come there to volunteer are doing a good job, because they are impacting another person's life. We are making them feel more safer, more secure, in their own self. So yeah.
That's fab. So, going ahead from here, when you say such people who have shared their stories, how does it impact them? Like the person who's actually sharing the story.
Yeah.
Does it make any difference to their lives?
Yes.
Do they feel more empowered? Do they feel more accepted or lesser judged? Do they feel loved? What do they really feel?
So mostly what has happened is a lot of people, have been judged by people inappropriately.
Okay.
And throughout their lives, they have never been accepted by people, in general, whether it's just for their appearance or lifestyle, beliefs, occupation, whatever. Through this entire experience of being a human book, all of them, what happens is they are actually narrating their stories to a group of people who is just listening to them. Nobody's reacting at that point of time. The entire experience of being heard with honest words, makes them feel that yes, they've shared themselves so openly and being accepted entirely. So I've seen human books, there are messages where they say that this was the best experience, or they, for the first time, that they felt this good about themselves. And the moment that happens, right, the moment they hit the mark where they say that this is me, and they have no qualms about it, they start becoming a better version of themselves, and they can finally overcome whatever was blocking them to go that extra mile and do what exactly they want to do. It's just a beautiful experience, Kashish, and
it's
even
outstanding, even to understand that somebody's opinions don't bother you anymore, and you feel accepted and more judged. That's such a beautiful feeling. Absolutely.
Yeah, because we set the guidelines for everyone to tell them that you want to speak, you speak with your heart. A lot of people would probably write down stuff and want to just say the exact same words that they've written. We tell people not to do that. We tell them to just come and share their life the way they feel, or the way they think about it, with their own words. Let's not practice, let's not rehearse, because I think the world needs more authenticity. Yes, they need more of the realness rather than, the pseudo culture of, identity or validation that we live in. And when a person is speaking so honestly, we have these group of people who are readers looking at them and just listening. And that's a time when actually that the mark comes where they have actually accepted each other, And we insist on people to ask questions by looking into the eye of the person. So even if we tell them that if you don't agree with this person, it's okay, but don't look away. Try looking at them.
Body language.
Yes, look at them, and appreciate for the honesty which they're presenting their lives to you.
The courage also. Absolutely.
Yes, and it's amazing that I've had one experience where a group of friends actually walked into one of the events that we were conducting, and they were not interested in talking to a certain human book because the book belonged to a certain religious community, and they were like, oh, it's okay, let's, I don't want to know anything about them. And I was like, why don't you want to know anything? He's like, oh, it's okay, not interested. I'm like, maybe give it a try. And they did go for it. I made sure I also went along with them just to make sure that, they know what is actually happening. After the end, after 30-40 minutes of the discussion, Kashish, when they were done with this reading session, I asked them, do you still feel that you don't want to know anything and you knew everything about this particular subject? And they were like, no, it's kind of different. And I'm like, yes. That's the thing, because we frame our understanding basis what we've read or what we've heard or what we've been told by,
Assume a lot.
Absolutely. So the thing is, you're getting a first-hand information from a person as a person. So, it really changes the game at that point of time. Yeah.
And every person is different, is unique. Everybody's experiences are so unique.
Very. I mean, I'm stunned at, I think I really want to thank Human Library for this. I think I have never connected with my city as well as I have done through Human Library Mumbai.
Wow.
I have.
Human Library rocks.
I absolutely.
So tell us more about Andaleeb Qureshi. What does Andaleeb Qureshi really like to do besides supporting this beautiful movement of Human Library?
Wow, I think me as a person, I think I really want to support everything that can help people, achieve their life purpose. Maybe I've just started, Kashish. I don't,
Sure.
like I usually say, I'm trying to find my ikigai, which is your life purpose, and I'm really working on that right now. But I know that it's somewhere around here. I love reading. I love music. I love everything to do with arts. And yeah, so I'm really hoping one day that, I am out there and impacting more lives positively.
When you say you love reading books, which particular book has really impacted your life?
Well, I'll tell you honestly, I think The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle.
Eckhart Tolle, yes.
I think that has been it's not a very easy book to understand, especially if your mind is flustered with too many thoughts.
Which is a general thing.
Yes, and I think I probably read it twice. And I understand that you don't need to live in the past.
Yes.
Time is, the universe doesn't know time, the Almighty doesn't know time, and you just need to know and accept where you are today. That's it's just a beautiful concept as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I believe you're big time into women empowerment as well.
Well, yes, I think I've studied social entrepreneurship as well, and I do believe in the cause of getting more women and girls to be more empowered. I've been a guest panelist speaker at TIS recently, where we spoke about the role of women in entrepreneurship and how we can actually encourage them to come out of their expected norm of being a housewife or a mother or a sister. So yeah, it's a long road down again, but I feel that it will happen. A lot of women are already coming out, and I've met so many of them recently, and I think it's all possible. Like I would like to say that even like my sister, her dream and passion of supporting plus size women.
That's fab.
Yes.
That's really fab.
Yes. So I think when she started the brand, the Plum Tree,
Yes.
that is about fashion wear for plus size women, regardless of the age. The idea is to tell them that you're beautiful, come what may, your color, your size. And I think somewhere there my journey has started, because Human Library started and Plum Tree started. I partnered with my sister there. So yeah, that's how it's all going on right now.
Can you just join? If you just connect the links, you will realize it's a lot to do with acceptance, non-judgmental, no presumptions, and that's such a free life. Would you love to live a life of freedom? If yes, please join the Human Library. You will feel so free, because what a beautiful thing. Imagine you get up not to be judged and to be just yourself. What a beautiful feeling, isn't it? So, how do we really encourage women, especially in the rural areas or even in the urban areas? There are many people who have this feeling that नहीं मुझे घर करना है, मुझे घर ही संभालना है, maybe because of some pressures or maybe their own mindsets. How do we really encourage women to help themselves financially?
So one of the things is that I'm not against, I'm sure even you're not, but against women feeling that they need to take care of their house. If it gives them the happiness, go for it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
But if it doesn't give them the happiness, I think we have so many schemes, so many programs being run, today in India, and they've been in existence for a long time. I feel they just need to get out there and make their voice heard. We have microfinancing, we have so many options, available. It's just that women need to be informed. I feel, I think that the kind of information has not been dispersed out to everyone possible. And the society and the media at large needs to talk about women, okay, not from the aspect of just being beautiful.
Absolutely.
I feel I feel that it needs to stop somewhere. You don't need, we are not just here to be beautiful and eye candies to the opposite sex or or any other set of people, but I feel that we have the responsibility, you and me. I think if we stand up and we show them that this is what you're doing, I'm sure if not intentionally, unintentionally, we are inspiring a lot more people. So I feel that if everyone takes it on them, to empower their own daughters, empower their own sister and wives and mothers to go out there and do it, it's all possible. And it's not necessary that you have to be, the most successful person in the world and, running businesses. It's not about that. It could be as simple as you want to be a healer, or if it's as simple as that you want to take care of, some old age people, or, it could be anything. But the feeling that, you are here for this and you have to support them in entirely. And I think it's all possible. And I do see a lot changing. I mean, I'm so impressed with all the women that I've met recently, that I feel that India is going to be, I hope we also have a woman Prime Minister very soon. I don't know when that happens, but yes, that'll be it, I feel, yes, for us.
Let's make it happen. Let's really vote for. Please, women, we really need your leadership too.
Absolutely. I think we just need to believe in ourselves. There's nothing stopping us. And it's not about putting down, men in any other way. It's absolutely not. So I feel that it's all about believing that you're as equal and so are they equal, because everybody has a role to play. Men have their own role to play, women have their own role to play. So you don't need to put somebody else down to grow up. And I think that's the same advice I want to give men too, that you don't need to feel superior or more powerful by putting a woman in your life down. You're never going to be successful, you're never going to be happy. So the idea is to just understand the other person. And again, coming back, because the concept of human library is so beautiful, it's about listening to the other person and trying to understand what they're saying. So don't be sympathetic to people.
Correct.
The idea is to just empathize with them.
Yes.
The power of empathy is something that we've overlooked all our generation. We're made to feel bad about things. You should not really make somebody feel or feel that you're feeling bad for the other person. No, you want to accept them, because that's exactly when that push will come into your life. The more you feel sorry for the person, you make them realize that there's something that is terrible that's happened to them. I think it's all about being stronger. It's all about uplifting each other along the way. I think that's what is needed. Yeah,
that's really good. I would just say that I think we are focusing a lot on strength, and that strength which is within each one of us, because most of the power words which you use are mainly connected with strength. A lot of inner strength, being able to just listen to the person, the strength to not judge, the strength to empower, the strength to empathize.
Yeah,
that strength which you alone can give yourself, and that will be a beautiful gift to yourself.
absolutely.
So, let's come to the by the time we're coming to the end of this interview, Andaleeb, what would be 3 good values that you would really love to be remembered for, by the world?
One is of being ethical in my life. Second would be maybe somebody who shares happiness,
So
or
beautiful.
or
Yes.
that. And third would ideally be somebody who has been strong in their life.
Of course.
I don't think so. Yes. So these are 3 things. Absolutely.
Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience, perhaps something that we have missed out on and you believe it's very important and crucial for them to know as well?
I feel that though we talk about being somewhere in our life, and I want people to know that there is nothing wrong in trying to accepting your own flaws. We need to stop looking at flaws as the big detriment in our lives. We need to stop seeing anything imperfect what the society tells us. Okay, and I feel every person needs to realize that they have the power in themselves to go out there and make an impact. So you could do it in any way possible, whether small, big, but you need to realize everyone has their own strength, and you need to work on your strength to actually go there and make an impact. I think, Kashish, honestly, if each one goes out, steps out to do something good for anybody and anything in this world, we are going to be living far more happy than where we are right
the
now.
compounding effect when one empowers the other.
Absolutely, that's what I feel.
That's fab. I'm so thankful to you for this beautiful interview.
Thank you so much. I think it's such a pleasure to just have a very honest and a heart-to-heart conversation. Thank you for giving this opportunity, Kashish.
God bless you, and may Human Library and the movement and your intentions grow leap and bounds. So guys, if you have to connect to a noble cause, you know where to connect. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
God
Thank you.
bless
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.